day in preparation for this show, by the way.
I just noticed the sign that's in your barn.
Oh, yeah?
No stupid people. I never saw
see.
it.
Where'd you see that at? Oh, is that in the picture of my bouncy house?
No, it's in the intro video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a sign that says no stupid people. That's why I'm the only one allowed in there.
Very good.
You know?
So what's going on?
You know.
We're here, Joe.
Hey, we're here, Joe. Can you hear us now?
Do you hear me? Yeah, you hear me. Okay.
What?
Where's Chris?
Something about work.
Oh, fucking work.
He's on a mandate with his best friend, Will.
Oh. Yes.
I think that's his secret crush. Don't tell him I said that, but I'm pretty sure he's got a secret crush.
Apprentice too, right?
Apprentice. That's what they call it. Well, shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the HVAC Overtime show again. Every Friday, like
clockwork.
You know, like clockwork.
You could set your clocks to our show.
You know,
if your clock changed hands once a week.
You know what? Doesn't he? What?
I don't know.
Hopefully he joins us. So I want to see that ice machine he's working on. I have faith he's going to join us just to chime in.
He likes it.
What's up, Jason?
He likes it.
Are you in a dark room with a candle, Joe?
No, but does it look like it?
Yes.
Well, maybe
it looks like I swear to God, you live in Pilgrim times.
I like dark.
Like the Canadian Pilgrim. That's Joe. Our friendly Canadian Pilgrim.
What's on the other side of those windows, Joe?
Probably nothing. That's just a wall.
Yeah, it's a
you
fake.
Put blinds there to make you think there's windows.
Yes, you got it, man.
I'll bet you.
Did you say hi to Randy?
No.
Randy.
What up, Randy? Luke, who let the dogs out, eh?
He put a message out there. Guys helped him out a bit about his filter.
Yeah, I seen something about like what was it? His floor duct, in the floor duct, he wants to change it around and put a wall duct in or something.
Something like that. I don't know. Somebody helped him out.
Man, one of these days he's gonna mess with the system so much he's gonna like turn up the blower and like suck himself into the duct or something. That's
right. Yes, ambiance.
We got a lot of people watching today. We got who's this? Johnny McMasters.
I'm glad you're saying.
You guys heard of that guy?
No, I never heard of this guy, John McMasters.
Samuel.
McMasters. The Weasel Box.
Yeah.
Alaska.
Jonathan Hughes. That sounds like a director.
He's a winner. He's a big Testo winner, if you guys remember.
Yeah? Nope, I don't remember. Where do you win Testos at?
Here, of course.
Here on this show, we gave away Testos?
I think it was Testos or something.
When was that?
It was manifolds. No, it was one of the manifolds, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
We haven't given away anything in a while. We gave away so much, we had to file Chapter 7 or 11 or something.
Yeah, we had to restructure our financial situation. File bankruptcy.
We realized we need to bring a little bit. We need to bring a little bit of money in before we let the money go out.
Yeah.
Everything. Put a little video out there today. I see that. Hey,
our super chat fund dwindled down quite rapidly.
Yeah.
Hamilton.
Hambone.
So I got the True Flow grid in the mail today. People,
you got it?
Yeah.
You should have brought it.
It's right behind me. You want me to go get it?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
I also want you to wear your hoodie like a real person would.
I want one, man.
Man. So how you guys been all week? You guys been busy? People in the chat? I don't care about you guys, but people in the chat, I'm sure you guys have probably been beaten. I'm exhausted from this week, man.
Yeah, I think we all are.
Exhausted. I could lay down right now on the floor and go to sleep.
I know, right? Look at that.
Hey, look at that. Connect 4. Oh, no, wait.
It looks actually nicer than I thought.
Yeah, no, it's legit, dude. It's got these little rubber gaskets and everything. There's different sizes. This is the 16 by 20 version.
Oh, so it's not like one that you can, I guess, add on and expand or make smaller for different.
They have like a customizable one that you can like cut down, but I don't know. But these things snap out for some reason. I didn't read the directions yet. Oh, this is 14 by 20. Who is a 14 by 20 filter?
One person in the United States.
I got a lot of different sizes just to be safe. You know?
Nice.
How many sizes does that come with?
You tell them what you need, and there's a bunch of like townhouses in that have like counterflow furnaces that they actually do have 14 by 20s by us. So I figure let's figure out how low their airflow actually is.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Are you gonna do a tool review video on that?
Yeah, Joe, you gonna do a tool review video?
Yeah, you know what? I'm waiting for you to get like do shit with yours, and I'm gonna pick one up too because I want one. So I'll see how you like it first.
It looks legit. It looks really
Cool.
I'm gonna click on my little watch here. Boop. We'll probably have that video done about the same time as our website. Website.
Yes, I've been telling you know I feel bad because I've been telling Thaddeus at what is it HVAC?
Yeah, we need to get a website, man. Our Facebook group is blowing up.
I can't forget.
People are really digging what's going on in there. Which, by the way, I gotta say, the Facebook group, it's been pretty. There's been a lot of really good discussions in there. A lot of good informational topics, good fun topics. It's like it's just a good wholesome group. A little bit of swearing, not much, not bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans too. It's more shenanigans than the HVAC school group. Quite a bit less, like 90% less than uncensored. So
yeah, like uncensored was more like a back alley in Detroit where you get scammed. And like we're kind of in a bad neighborhood, but the only gangs that are around are like the rich white kids, you know.
Yeah, you're right, Bill. And you know what? When he says shenanigans, it's not like bashing or anything like that. We don't like bashing because we don't like keyboard warriors. So
look how small this thing is. I didn't realize how tiny it was.
That is amazing. And hold on, I just want to miss this question. Just keep that. I want to hear about that. But it could relate to your airflow issues. The setting thermostat too low frees up a coil. So we'll get back to that. But I want to see that manometer there.
We're going to totally forget that question in about 4 minutes.
That's a good question.
I turn it on and the screen goes blank. I got to read
that's good. Yeah, good stuff.
So I gotta read the directions or change the batteries or something. I don't know.
Hey, look at that. You can get margaritas to go from Chili's. Did you guys know that?
I know. But I was going to say about that comment because
margarita. Oh yeah, about the evaporator freezing up if you set it too low.
Yeah, I guess was that it will cater to more of the residential guys. You know, I'm gonna say not just by putting the thermostat. There's always like a couple things there, but it can happen, I think, and I've seen it happen. Now, did I go into detail why it was happening? No, because it was probably a shitty property, and they had the thing running. It was probably humid outside. And they left the thermostat low, and it kept on staying on. So you're going to have a low load, and it will possibly freeze up. I don't know if Adam wants to share anything on that, but it could be a mixture of a couple of things, I think.
It could, but I mean, like, how low can you get the temperature in your house, I guess, is my question. I guess, where is it starting off at? Because if it's hot outside, you're probably not going to get it less than high 60s. You're not going to get it
cold enough to freeze up.
Yeah, so 20 degrees.
Right situation, though, I think you definitely could freeze it up.
But if it's, let's say it's 65 outside, 66.
Yeah, but what is it inside?
Let's say it's I don't know. We'll say give a temperature that's low with a low evaporator temp, let's say.
So why do you have your damn air conditioning on if the temperature?
Because they don't care. They're not paying the bills.
Because you're a hoarder and your whole house is filled with animal feces and boxes.
Right. They don't care.
I guess.
They don't care.
Yeah, what's up,
what are we even talking about right now? What is this?
Well, because some guy asked if setting the thermostat too low will cause you evap to freeze.
I think it would just run nonstop, to be honest with you. Unless your house is like 50 degrees in the house or something like that.
Right. But it could happen. I've seen it happen. Not often, but I've seen it happen.
I think you have low airflow. I think you have something else, right?
Right.
You know?
Right. You're going to go check on it?
I think it can. I mean, because all it takes is for your evaporator to get down below 32 degrees.
Right.
And a normal operating evaporator with a return of 75 is going to get down to 40 degrees.
Yeah. 40.
So that'll never happen. But you let it run long enough and that return air gets down to 68, 65. I mean, you're borderline. But I think definitely like you would have some other issues like, I don't know, humidity, excessive amount of humidity maybe, or low airflow, like Adam said.
I could count on one hand, probably less than one hand, the odd time that I came across that, and it was one of these houses. I'm just gonna say that.
How do you count on less than one hand?
Well, you know what I mean. It's not full
I don't
5. It's a
know
little bit
either.
less. So I just put a free stat on the suction side.
Good call.
Yeah. It gets below a certain temperature, it's cutting off, and and it worked.
Oh, so let me tell you a quick story. Or can I change the subject? Or are we still talking about this nonsense?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. So you saw that little video I posted in Facebook about the geothermal lines that the landscaper hit.
Yeah,
Mind you, they're only 3 feet down. Okay.
Yeah.
The lines in the yard. But yeah, he hit them. He tried to repair them by shoving barb fittings in there, and then he used like real thin wall pipe and just hose clamps, and it was leaking. It wouldn't hold pressure.
What's up with this thin wall? It's like I never knew there's a couple of different designs of this.
Well, they use the same style pipe, I think, for wells, like regular, like if you have a well or whatever.
Gotcha.
I don't know. The landscapers might use it for something. I'm not a landscaper. I don't know. But if you use like the legit stuff, it's like hard to bend, dude. It's like
the irrigation stuff's the thin crap. Don't tell me to use that.
I don't know what they used. It was just thin. It
Go ahead.
wasn't
Sorry.
right. So anyway, so I made the repair, and I don't have a flush cart. So the driller I'm friends with, I had his guy go out with their flush cart. Mind you, this is a multi-million-dollar house. Okay, and the basement alone, $1 million basement. Not that big of a basement, $1 million basement. So
I got a $3,000 basement.
So I asked him, I'm like, do we need tarps or anything for your flush cart? Is this thing going to be legit? Because he's kind of a cowboy, right? And no, I'll bring out a tarp. So I sent one of my guys to help him get the thing down the stairs and everything. And it wasn't the driller. It was his guy who was doing the flushing. The driller himself wasn't there. He calls me up and he's like, dude, I have to stop. He's like, this flush cart is shooting shit all over the basement. I'm like, oh my God. There's like handmade cabinets that's like imported wood from.
Oh, no.
Like,
man. Like, you don't ever risk that. You tarp everything off, man. You should have a roll of plastic in your truck at all times if you running some sort of rickety flush cart.
Yeah, why don't you? Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you explain what a flush cart is for the people that don't know, Adam?
It's like this big pump, right, that has very high head pressure with high gallons per minute, and you're basically flushing the geothermal lines, trying to get any garbage and debris and air out.
Right.
But yeah, I would have been there if I would have known it was going to be a production. And his guy called me. He's like, what should I do? It's shooting stuff all over the basement. I'm like, how about don't shoot shit all over the basement? Like, step number one.
Turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off.
Maybe hold a coffee can over the top and just shooting shit out.
Oh, man. I don't know if you guys seen that little clip today. I had to show a little clip, and I didn't show his face, but I was lied to, bud. I was lied to, guys.
For your mom?
For my...
She's not your mom.
That was good. I like that. I like you cunt, but I like that. I like.
Did she tell you she loves you more than your brother, who is a doctor?
She said she was a mistake. Oh my God.
She's proud of you, right, Joe?
Sorry.
No, Joey, baby, you're not a mistake.
Anyways, I was talking about my poor apprentice. So usually I'll sit in with these guys before we hire them, whatever. It's a bam thing. Like we need somebody, we go. It's been so busy. I've been so rough. So I don't know any of you guys. I know Adam, obviously, you own your own business, you do. But I couldn't go in and I couldn't hire this guy. So I obviously let my boss do it. I let my boss do it. He did it. And this guy said he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. And dude, he knows nothing at all.
This is the guy that you work with?
I sent a clip of it today.
Oh, listen, let me tell you guys something. Does he watch our show?
No, I don't think so. I didn't tell him. All right. I didn't tell him. I didn't want to tell him because I don't know if he's in.
You didn't tell him you're a famous YouTuber?
So let me tell you guys all something. This is what Joe does during the day when he's working with this guy. This guy has the most off-the-wall, random damn stories that you ever hear. And Joe just listens to this guy. Oh, really? Oh, yeah? Yeah.
No.
So let me tell you something. So what Joe does while he's listening to this guy tell his crazy stories is Joe films him. And Joe's
great idea, Joe. Love it. You should live call us like sometime. Just live call us. Like when he gets in one of his stories, hold on, just tell me like you're sending a text and then call us.
Look at your phone right now. I can't do it because I'm using my phone with my cam. I sent the clip today. We were talking in the group, and I sent the clip. He was taking 5 hours. Guys, okay, I understand. You know what? Listen. I'm gonna go for a little rant here. I understand if you're green, okay? First of all, don't lie. Second of all, know how to hold channel locks. Use basic
Does he
tools.
Have hooves for hands?
Sorry?
Does he have hooves for hands?
A lot of people when they first start, they hold them backwards and they try to. They either work or they don't. Flip them around, right?
Listen, I'll give them benefit of the doubt. Fuck the channel locks. Excuse my language. Screw the channel. Learn how to even use a screwdriver. Anything.
If you can't use a screwdriver, you shouldn't really even be.
He's such a nice guy, and his personality is so good. Like he's very. What do you do?
I will say, like when I was hiring guys and doing interviews and stuff, I would base a good amount of
did do that, Bill.
on their personality. You know, like it was very important to have a good personality, of course. But
of course,
I mean, you got to have some sort of mechanical base. Like
a little bit.
You can train somebody if they have a good personality, great person, honest. You know, they seem real teachable. Great candidate. But if you're not mechanically inclined, you have no mechanical background, no base, no nothing. You don't take the tools well. Like I've seen guys where like they don't like getting dirty. Which is fine. Like you can clean up and be clean and all that shit. But like, you know, when you're stopping after every tool you use to clean yourself.
Yeah. I have a hard time staying clean when you're diving into a job, you know, and you're hustling and bustling. I can't, like, how do you keep your pants and everything clean? How do you do it? I don't know.
That's what blows my mind about some of these guys.
One thing that I saw, I think it was a video or maybe somebody posted or whatever, but they said the difference between baby boomers and the new generation, whatever the newest generation is they said, you know, the newer kids, they always make fun of baby boomers and they say how much smarter they are. And this guy put it into perspective. He said, let me show you something. Back in the 50s, in the owner's manual of cars, they told you how to adjust your valves. In the owner's manual. Now, in the owner's manual, they tell you not to drink the oil.
That's a good point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sums it up right there.
I can't tell you how many cars I was laying under trying to drink that oil.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
It's black. It's got to taste like licorice, right?
Now, Bill, you've been there. You hired. I actually remember that you were hiring a bunch of people, and now everybody's crazy. Everybody needs people, right? It's getting busy. Blah, blah, blah.
Man.
So you have to deal with a little bit. Right?
It sucked when you'd hire a guy. And even like I made a test. Like I would give a guy a test just to make sure he had some sort of mechanical background or base, whatever you want to call it. So he would take this test. You'd do okay. You know, we'd chit chat because I feel for the most part, you can talk to a guy and you start trading stories about the field and you can tell like what kind of mechanic he is for the most part. You know, obviously there's some bullshitters out there, but you can get a good sense of what he is. Nothing is more depressing than when you take that guy and you hire him, then you get him in the field, and then he calls you one day and he asks you some stupid question like, I don't know, I can't get this gas valve off, or I need to replace the gas valve, and it turns out there's no gas going to it. That's why he had to replace 4 gas valves in one place, you know, like stuff like that where it's super, super depressing.
Absolutely.
Stressful, man.
Or how about this? At least know tools, the tool names. Like that's what they teach you in like the basic, you know?
Or like I used to hand out commercial refrigeration book for for air conditioning technicians. I used to buy that book and hand it out to all my new guys.
Nice. That's good, bro.
And it was good until I would start asking questions about it. And I realized not a single one of them opened that book.
Yeah.
That's depressing, man.
The new guy that works for me, he's really in all of his free time, he's listening to every freaking podcast he can. He's watching YouTube videos. He asks he throws me off guard, asking me questions. And I'm like in real life, I wanted to give the old Chris Stefanovich answer, but like, yeah, why don't you send me an email and I'll we'll talk about it later, you know? But I'm in real life with them, so I can't really do that. But yeah, he's like he's like drawing pictures of a TXV. So this is what happens in the TXV, and I'm like, man, he's trying. Damn,
see, he's got some potential right there. Like this, I think it'll be about a month from now. I'm going to be getting 2 apprentices to kind of work with. So far, I've just recently met them. We just got introduced. Like baby animals at a zoo. We just got introduced. I'm like the new care provider, and we just met up. I petted them on the head a little bit, fed them out of my hand some little treats, and they seem like they're smart guys. They seem like they have a pretty good base, a mechanical base, and like the one guy is already pretty eager to learn. So I'm hoping. I got some hopes, man.
Okay.
I'm hoping they don't turn out to be dipshits.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna keep this guy for a bit. I get another guy on Monday. See what happens.
You should keep him around just for stories if he's good at telling stories.
I wish you guys could play the clip I had today.
Why can't we?
Go ahead. It's on your phone. I can't because I'm using my phone.
Oh, I don't know where it's at on my phone.
It's in our messages.
You want me to?
Scroll back a ways.
So I had to tell him to repeat. I go, "What'd you say?" And he's taking 5 hours, guys. So. Actually, Chris pointed out, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys do it. When I put mastic on ductwork, I like to tape it, so I want straight lines. When we're done, it makes a whole difference, right? So he was doing that. It took him, I don't know how long, at least a half a day to just put tape around the duct and duct seal. I had two furnaces and ACs. It took him like a half day to do that. And he's bouncing back and forth. I need a hand with some sort of, running line sets, whatever. And he's taking forever, dude, to put tape, masking tape. Oh my God.
All right,
oh, here we go.
You see this?
Oh,
nice.
snap.
Let me try to get the sound up. I don't know how loud I need to make
I
it.
see he found it. Good. He's talking about anime.
So like if somebody, say if I write your name, right?
Yeah.
Joseph, whatever, your full name,
Yeah.
you die within 40 seconds of a heart. Like it could be of a heart attack or it could be
Actually, I do show
anime.
it.
Yeah. What kind of
Can't
anime
see
is this? Death Note. Wow. But and like the thing is like it's like this.
So say that again. So I just did a transition
So
there.
my question is, Joe,
Yeah,
what does he
yeah.
think when you're like filming him?
I'm holding the phone I'm not showing I'm filming. I'm
Yeah,
like, hey,
like you pretending like you're texting.
Yeah. I
that.
just had to. Sorry, guys. I'm not like that. I just had to that time. I'm just going crazy. I had to vent a little bit. It was taking forever. So yeah.
See, at least like I work with some guys who are talkers, and that's
Yeah.
okay. I can handle it, even though I'm an introvert and my battery diminishes throughout the day, and I get sick of people by the end of the day. But I can handle it. But the thing is, in my situation, is like the guys that I know that talk a lot actually tell stories about the field. Like work stories or actual like stories that make sense, where your guy's story sounds like it doesn't make sense. He's talking like you die within 40 seconds of having a heart attack or something. And what is it like? What was the context of that situation? What were you guys talking about before that led to that?
He was talking about anime or cartoons or something, right?
Yeah, he was asking about anime. Like, do I want? And he's telling me about something that you could cast spells. Anime, like it's a that. No, I don't fucking know. I don't.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah. So there's a couple times I was doing things, and you gotta watch because I'll be trying to be the nice guy, and let's say my superior comes by and he'll be the dick. He'll fucking straight up say be the dick, and I'll do it. I'll try to do it, but I can't because he's the dick. I gotta play the nice guy one. You know what I mean? You can't give him too much shit.
I kind of feel like you, in some ways, you might be doing him a disservice by not just being straight with him. Be like, dude, are you dumb? Like, are you stupid?
I know. I can't do that. You don't want to discourage too much,
especially if he came into your company under false pretenses. Like if he came in saying one thing, I'm like, I know this, and this. Then you hand him a pair of channel locks, like, what do you use these to make hamburgers?
No. See, what Joe's doing is like, what's that anime? Oh, I gotta write that down. I'm gonna check.
Are you fucking see? I'll never do that. Oh
That's
my
a good point.
God.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what? They are entertaining until when you're doing something and you got your hands full, like a line set on one end going through a joist. He's on the other end, and you can't even fucking push armor flex on a damn suction line, or you can't control the line set. You can't uncoil something. It's frustrating. And so I told him a couple times ago.
So he can't do simple tasks.
Simple tasks, very simple. Like okay, I just finished giving him like, dude, it's very important not to kink the line. So he's outside putting it through the wall. This is the liquid line, the very easy 3/8 line, I think it was, right? Do not twist it. So he's feeding it to me. I'm like, why is it so hard? I'm just on the other side of the wall. Why is it so hard? I go on the other side, dude. This thing is.
Were you in like a rest stop, kneeling down in one of the stalls with a hole in the wall?
No. I was in the basement.
Why is it so hard?
No, I was in the basement.
For a good time, call Joe.
I go outside. It's twisted. Okay, and I tell him again, and I was like pretty, and so I told him a couple different times. Excuse me. I'm like, it's common sense, right? And he walked away once, and he's like, man, this is how it is nowadays, eh? Man, I wish I did have common sense. But it wasn't like.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I'm like, no, like, I feel like I was like,
dude,
no, like you. I don't know what to say. Like,
Joe's like, no, it's all right. It's all right. You're not that dumb.
Yeah,
I've seen worse.
Yeah, you're not the dumbest person I've met. I mean, you're dumb, but you're not the dumbest. I mean, you're dumb. You're so dumb, but you ain't the dumbest, I guess.
You gave him the Canadian letdown, Joe. You're just like,
I'm pretty good with. Listen, I'm telling you right now. If it was anywhere else, he'll be gone for sure. I'm trying to give him a break here.
Because what's
it's the worst I've ever had.
What's going to happen is eventually, like, your niceness is going to wear off. You're going to boil over. You're going to blow up on the guy because you haven't been slowly releasing that anger, and your pressure valve is going to burst.
Yep.
And you're just going to blow up on the guy.
I think you should go to therapy with him, Joe.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like couples therapy.
You really should.
My therapy is going to get the fuck out. Next.
He's gonna say, like, where's this break in communication between you and fucking Anime Andy over here?
Anime Andy does it this way. They communicate with each other, before they get in an argument. Fuck off.
Yeah, the worst thing about a talker is when your guy doesn't sound like he knows when to stop talking, but like when you're trying to think and like do something, you got a complicated task or whatever, troubleshooting, whatever it is you're doing, and they're just over there because they're not using their brain, and they have no internal dialogue, so everything that crosses their mind comes out their mouth. And they're like blah 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 blah. And then I saw this TV show, and then a peanut fell down in the couch, and then I had to get up and get something to drink. But then I couldn't find the remote when I came back, so I couldn't pause my show.
That was one thing I got to say that that Bob, the Bob that sometimes he works with me part time.
Yeah.
When the new guy started, I wasn't there when this happened, but I don't know who told me about it. Bob, somebody told me about it. But we were up in an attic. It was hot as balls up there. All right, and we were doing an install, and Bob he had his hands full holding something up or whatever, and he's telling him a story. He just keeps going, telling him a story, and Bob's like, "Hey, Gossip Girl, can you slow down a second? Pass me that over there, please."
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
See, that's what you kind of got to do to that new guy. I think you got to be meaner to him, or he's never going to learn. He's going to grow up and be useless.
No. I'm not mean, but he knows. Like it's like I'm trying to like. Come on, man. Like it's common sense. Like it's.
But you got to remember something though, Joe.
Yeah,
you've been doing this for a long time,
right? And that's what I keep in my head, and that's what I hold in my head.
But like I was going to say. Sometimes we forget what it's like to be new because we've been doing this for a while now.
Right, you can't.
But at the same time, if he came in under false pretenses,
right, that's what's pissing me off. I think that's what's pissing me off. So the other day, again, it's just funny because this is his first. We're doing some other things, so this was the first day of doing residential. So I'm like, so he felt bad already. So before we started, he was telling me, "Yeah, they're residential, and I did. We used to do this, and that." So. I'm like, wait a minute here. Did you do it or did you just watch? Because you were watching. Okay, so if I tell you to go do a transition or do the gas, or I know he doesn't braze for sure. I go just do the. Would you know how to do it? He's like, he just smiled. No, I'm like, so you didn't do it. You were watching. You were watching, and he felt bad because he told my superior in the interview because he told me that he did residential. I'm like, what the?
I hope he doesn't find this channel because he's gonna watch this, and the guy's just gonna freaking. Man, he's going to be on it.
I'll make sure he doesn't watch it. I won't
tell him this show, number 94. Make sure you don't watch that.
We're nationwide, Joe. You can't stop it.
Yeah.
You can't stop this train.
He's the worst. He's the worst. You don't lie.
He's the worst.
He's the you don't.
He's a horrible human being. I hope he kills himself.
No.
He's going to after this show, and Joe's like, I'm going to hide it from him.
He will too.
Joe.
No. He has better chances of killing himself watching an anime than fucking me. Giving him shit.
Well, he's probably doing that erotic asphyxiation while he's watching anime, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Judging by the story. But he seems easily distracted. Like just that little clip, he seems like hyperactive, easily distracted.
Yeah.
Like hard to keep focused.
Dude, that took him so long. I had 2 of them there. I just finished doing that. I'm like trying to get this shit done, and he's taping, he's putting this friggin' shit on, and it's just it was a horrid show. But
well, now that that's over, now that you ruined his life,
I didn't, because he still has a job. He's lucky. And the other thing is, guys, sorry, one more little thing before we stop the subject is when you tell the guy how to put pipe dope, all right, or put Teflon, you did it 10 times one day, you got to do it 10 times the next day. You would think by the 3rd day of telling him 10 times, you know how to do it.
Tell him multiple times how to put pipe dope or Teflon on a pipe.
Yes.
No, you're not going to pick up anything else.
That's what I'm dealing with.
And you want this guy to understand internally how a TXV works, or how refrigeration does anything?
He's not even refrigeration yet. No way. Nowhere near that.
No way.
You got
Dude can't put tape on a pipe.
Yeah, right.
Like you walk in, he's like, he's got to wound around his whole body like a cat in toilet paper.
Yeah, line set today, all twisted. I go outside, it's fucking twisted. It's camp. I'm like,
what did you do, Andy? He's like, oh,
poor guy. I feel bad. Let's change the subject.
Yeah, I'll change the subject because a lot of people are gonna get hurt. No, whatever.
A lot of people.
Well, not a lot of. I mean, just one guy.
One guy. He's real sad.
One guy. Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's what you do. You lie and talk shit and say all
That's
this
a good point.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm getting benefit of the doubt. He's lucky. We'll see how it goes.
All right. On that note.
Yeah.
See you next week.
On that note, I was gonna say. So, guys, explain something to me, because since I'm here ranting, this 1 hour, we don't have this 1 hour here. How come everybody talks shit about it? What is this?
1 hour is a company, like a franchise company.
Yeah.
They are very, very expensive.
Oh, they are expensive.
Yeah.
Are they one of these companies that's more or less like sales oriented, where their technicians attend more customer service relations training classes or sales classes, if you will, rather than actual technical classes?
I don't know. You know who used to work at 1 hour?
Who?
Justin.
Oh, no way.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I remember it. Okay.
I wonder if I don't remember what he said about them.
I know, me either.
He didn't say much about him. He actually
maybe he signed a contract that he can't talk about it.
What happens at 1 hour stays at 1 hour.
Exactly. Blood in, blood out, yo.
Well, I seen someone posted it on in the group, and it was funny because the way he posted it too, and everybody just bashing, and then somebody said Herman, our good Herman buddy there in the group, he was saying that if you have tattoos, beard, facial hair, whatever, they don't want to hire you.
At 1 hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with the next generation.
There's a bunch of companies like that where you're like, I was talking about, how are you doing your job? If you're maybe service, I can see staying pretty clean, but installs, when you're crawling around the crawl space, attic, whatever, you got glue dripping on your head, primer, you're gluing PVC pipes. How do you stay clean? There's those companies, they're wearing like real nice long sleeve button up shirts, and they look professional. More professional than me. I don't know how they do their job, but
yeah, you could be a professional, but don't say
probably because they're more sales oriented. There's a lot of that around nowadays. It's one of the things I secretly complain about is all these sales oriented groups and companies and things, and that's fine, man, if that's your shtick. But I always look at it like, if you want to train your technicians, it's just a quick little rant. If you want to train your technicians to be better with customers in general, because I know a lot of HVAC guys are introverts like myself. They really don't know how to talk to people. They have horrible people skills like myself. And that's why one of the reasons I don't do residential, because I can't stand people. I would probably smash somebody's face into their countertop if they were talking to me.
Right.
Sorry.
So like, if that's what you're sending your techs to do, is like just get better in general, that's all right. But I think if your technicians attend more sales training than actual technical training, I think you're just pushing boxes, man. You're just, I mean, it's fine.
It was funny because when Joe sent that video in our chat and we were watching the video, and Joe's like talking in the video, yeah. Well, what about that? What's
Let's
it?
Trying to make him.
And Chris responded, and Chris said, "Chris."
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah, Chris is like, Joe, you talked to your apprentice? He's like, I must be doing something wrong.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm going to tell my apprentices, you don't look me in the eye. You look away when you talk to me.
Oh man, yeah, that's fun. What the? Hey,
Who's this guy?
nice appearance.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, hello. Good
How are you
I
doing?
didn't know we opened our borders up and we just let foreigners in. I guess.
I just come in willy-nilly.
Icelandic giants from the lands of far, far away.
I've had my 2 jabs. I can go anywhere now, apparently.
Oh, that's true.
Nice.
And fly anywhere. Yeah, that's true.
How we doing today, Mr. Clive? It's been a while since we all talked to you.
Yeah.
It is. I missed the last 2 of your streams because the first one I was working on something. What actually happened? Oh, and the other one I wasn't even. I was actually. Well, I fell asleep in a drunken stupor after doing a stream with some other friends.
It's all right. I've had those days.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're super inebriated. So how's life on the Isle treating you?
Life now is okay. It's average.
Opening back up again? Getting back to normal?
To
In
a
the
degree,
least
it's happening very slowly, mainly because of all the vaccinations that people have been getting. They've got a more streamlined process. The first time I went, they did the cleaning of the swab, and the nurse was all very delicate, and then it was like, when it goes, and things like that. This guy was just like, off you go. It was like just really fast.
He's like, man, what are you checking my tire pressure, man? Get out of here.
Yeah, we're pretty much open to 100% right now.
Nice.
I'll just see if a magnet sticks to it. No, magnets.
Not
no,
yet.
It's not.
No,
It's
Not
right.
yet.
It's just
I don't think that's a
Not
real magnet. It's fake news.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
yeah.
now that we got Clive here, Clive, you used to work for Hussman, right? And
I
they
did,
were
yes.
union?
Oh, union is very, very different over here. I'm actually a member of 2 unions over here, but the way it works, you don't get your work through a union. The union is only there if you have a dispute and you need to resolve. It's up to you to go and get your own work.
Oh,
So it's not
okay.
that sort of protection rackety type thing
That's different
that
than it is
American
here.
has.
Interesting. I was going to ask you if I know you've trained guys before. Like, is it sort of like an apprentice style training as well?
Traditionally in the UK, it's a 4-year apprenticeship in most trades. Where the first, well, certainly when I did it, the first 3 years, you had day release that 1 day a week for a part of the year. You'd go to college, technical college, but the rest of it's all just sort of on-site training.
Interesting.
Here it's 5 years, 9,000 hours. It's a pretty good program here, I have to admit.
It's been de-skilled here now, though. They're looking at ways to reduce it, and you could actually do a domestic installer's course in 1 week now, and they actually advertise no prior electrical knowledge required, and just about everybody passes. So that's nice. That's what you call
What can you
loading
work
standards.
on? What can you work on with that, though?
People's houses.
Really?
Joe makes fun of us all the time because of all his the hours he has to put forth and everything, and he looks at the United States like we're a bunch of barbarians.
That's one thing. I'm sorry, Canada is above at. Like,
I would kind of have to agree too.
I mean, they don't really teach them how to read, type, or talk properly.
That's a good point too.
Don't make me represent Canada. But they write a simple. It's not simple. Okay, it's a little challenging, especially if you're joining the union. Union's a little bit better, but you got fucking hillbilly Joe fucking down there and whatever. I'm not gonna say any states. Fucking installing these things. They look like shit. They're hacks. They're fucking gonna blow up somebody's house. I don't know. I just whatever.
Yes, but
let me just throw this out here real quick.
I understand, Clive. They do.
Hacks are in the private sector, unions, no matter.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, there's hacks. I don't care. Whatever you work in. So when we talk about hacks, we're not,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Bill's trying to say we love the hillbillies.
Yeah. I mean, 90% of our audience is hillbilly, right? No offense to our hillbilly audience.
No. Our audience is the best audience you got. Okay?
They're super intelligent
smart,
hillbillies.
Intelligent. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I just think they have to up it a bit, lean out the shitties.
I agree, Troy.
Yeah,
there was somebody posted, I think it was in school group, about this is how service calls look where I'm from, and he's driving down a dirt road, and I posted, I had to do it. He didn't respond. I think I hurt his feelings, but I posted that GIF of the dude from Deliverance, where he's like, "You have a real purty mouth."
There was a post in our. He was from Georgia, I think. He posted in our group.
Okay.
He's saying service whatever, and I'm like, okay. I didn't see your post. No.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Where's Mark Miller? Where are you from? He says, I think we're at 8,500-ish hours to turn out here. I think he's talking about hours. I don't know. But anyways.
It's a lot of hours.
No, Troy, I don't use
9,000,
an axe.
yeah.
I just take that line, whatever copper that I need to cut out, I just bend it back and forth like 100 times till it snaps off. I don't have tubing cutters, an axe, or nothing. Sometimes I'll smash it with a hammer till it breaks.
Yeah. Well, Herman, there's Herman. We were just talking about him. The nerve of U.S. folk installing 80% furnaces. Canada's above that. We don't want that shit here. 80% out. We can't even install 80% here.
Why?
No.
You too good for it?
It's liability, and houses are tighter now. It's just going to cause problems.
Liability? What's the liability?
Gases. People dying.
Oh, because of natural draft, right?
Yeah.
Because of flue gases backing up and that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
So
guess.
the older houses that have boilers, let's say, they'll grandfather them. But I forget what the amendment is in the code book, but I think it's more than 2. I can't remember. Pretty much, if it's a small residence house, you cannot reinstall a natural draft boiler. It has to be condensing going back in.
Look, you're boring Clive with your stories of codes
Yeah, sorry,
and shit,
Clive.
He
Joe.
went to go
One
back to
moment,
sleep.
He went back to his cave.
Sorry, Clive.
But going back to the whole thing, like there's I don't know, the 8,500 hour thing that you guys have to put in, like
9,000
hours, whatever it is, like that's all good as long as like the hours are actually productive. Like in some, we'll just say in some like apprentice like programs, you can put in 9,000 hours, but 8,000 hours might be going to get lunch, might be changing filters, might be doing useless things. And if you got 9,000 hours of uselessness, you're still useless. Yeah, so it really depends.
I agree, but 9,000 hours is a lot of hours, and that's going to take you at least 4 to 5 years to do, because just the way the government plan is and sponsors and stuff, it takes a while.
I've known guys like, through social media talking to guys who are in apprentice-like programs, and they're like, I can't get any experience. All I'm doing is filter changes, installs, like grunt work. And I was like, I don't get to go on service calls. And, some of these guys will email us and ask us for advice on these things. And it's like, well, you're going to have 9,000 hours of changing filters. So
you're going to be awesome at changing filters.
We're talking great.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. No, it's just like and I was going to go back to Clive. That's the same thing as the electrical license here. That's the only one that has the same amount of hours.
I'm going to shave my stuff into a goatee now. I tend to follow whatever Clive's doing with his beard. I'm like, that's got to be the newest trend. So I'm like,
the funnel.
Yeah, see, I want to clean up the sides here. I gotta trim up a little bit. I'm getting a little gnarly.
Love live hydronics. Love me some weather heat.
Along with hydronics. Kick that guy out of here with his hydronics.
No.
Oh wait, no, leave him here. I work on boilers sometimes now.
Right.
Change my tune. Yeah. So, what do you got going on this weekend, Clive? You got the live stream tomorrow, right?
I do. It's almost like it feels like a week off because like I've not been doing too much. I just made a video there though about a little ozone generator, little tiny ozone generator thing, which was interesting.
Oh, look at that thing!
Ridiculously complexly built. It's almost like it's a Japanese design that has ended up being mass produced in China and sold by lots of different companies. It's very good. It makes you'll probably be able to hear it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
that's like an annoying squeal.
You'll be dying.
It's not that loud. It's only when you put it right up to the microphone you'd hear it. You can't normally hear. Then again, I'm quite old, so I probably can't hear anything these days.
It's probably loud as heck. You just can't hear it.
But it's a good design. How's your ozone generator, Adam? Did you stuck one in your fridge, didn't you?
Yeah, it's doing good. It's doing better than the refrigerator. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
that's refrigerator's giving you problems. Yeah. I was gonna
you
say
have fridge problems.
Yeah, they can't fix it, and then they're like, "Oh, there's a shortage on parts." Yeah, I don't know what it is. And the thing was,
you're talking about the factory certified technicians that come out from Samsung
when they show up. No, not Samsung, KitchenAid. They show up to my house with nothing but a screwdriver. And they're like, yeah, we're going to figure out this inverter with 15 circuit boards and 17 wire harnesses with a screwdriver. Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, all they have to do is unclip it from the connectors and stuff a new card in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I won't buy an overly complicated home appliance like that, because for the most part, I don't know, it's just not worth it to repair them nowadays, in my opinion. But again, I don't have FU money. So if I had FU money like Adam does, I guess I would buy a $9,000 fridge.
Yeah.
A fridge with, I think you said it's got like a reversing valve on it. It's got a screen on the front with like internet access or something ridiculous.
No, I wanted to get the one with a screen on the front, but yeah. So
Crazy.
When it broke and they said they were going to come back in 2 weeks, we've I have 3 kids, so we're always looking for room in the refrigerator. So we'll buy a small refrigerator, like an apartment-sized refrigerator for the garage for the time being. So yeah, for the last 3-4 months, we've been living out of this apartment-sized refrigerator in the garage. So that's fun.
Could you fit all 3 kids in the refrigerator? Is that what we're saying?
I mean, anything's possible with a little effort.
I mean, if you lay it down and like keep the doors open, you can all like sit in there like it's a bobsled or something, I guess.
Water and throw an aquarium pump in.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, man. I used to do home appliance repair. It sucked.
Oh,
it sucked so bad, man.
It's not the appliance, it's the people, and also it's actually getting the appliance out when it's all built in.
Yeah, those two, you're exactly right, too. If the people were never home, it wouldn't be that bad, and their kids weren't home, the dogs were all locked away or whatever, not too terrible. And then also, if all the appliances weren't, or a majority of the appliances weren't built in, you go and you look at somebody's washer and they got both of them stuffed into a closet where they had to put the dryer in first, slide it over to the left, partially behind a wall, and then they put the washer in and kind of like had to tip it up sideways to just wedge it in there,
So it takes
then,
you
can you
a
fix
good
that?
hour just to get it out.
Oh, more than that. You got to call in some backup, man.
Just get a jigsaw and cut the whole front of the unit out.
So just cut that part of the wall out.
So quite a while ago, I had this house that we bought for super cheap in the city as a rental unit, and it didn't have air conditioning, and they kept calling and saying the refrigerator wasn't working. And whenever I go over there, it's working fine. I don't understand it. It's working fine. And then I just so happened to talk to one of the kids. You know what the mom was doing? She was leaving the freezer open to try to cool the house.
That's because they don't understand that it's going to result in more heat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny because I was doing some work today for a client, and I walked into the break room, and they're having some ongoing issues with an air handler, right? And I'm still not real sure what's going on with it. We can talk about that later. But anyway, I'm just kind of joking with the guys, and this break room's got like 4 fridges. I'm like, all you guys got to do is leave the fridge doors open. Be nice and cool in here. And the guy kind of looked at me. I said, no, don't do that. I think he was like,
Good plan.
That might work. Maybe.
Did you see that no call on that fan coil I posted? No cool call. Did you see that fan coil? How dirty it was? That's one of the worst I've ever seen.
Oh, how did I miss that?
I know. I put it in the group. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I didn't see it. I'll have to go back and check that out.
It was real bad. I was telling Helms in the group that when I got there, though, it was funny. The filter on top of the front of the fan coil was immaculate, just fucking immaculate.
Changed it before you got there.
Must have. But this thing was the worst blower door I've ever seen. Blower, evap, everything. But and it's a co-op housing, so whatever.
Did you quote him a new system?
No, not there. Not there.
Joe knows how to fix things.
Yeah, it depends where and when, you know how it is. Hey, Kyler.
Let your apprentice fix it.
I wouldn't even trust it to clean that. That's the problem.
Like, hey, can you hand me those channel locks?
Yeah. Just
like the what?
Put him in the truck with the flush cart and send him out to fix the furnace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hey,
I love bashing on Joe's apprentice. It makes me feel better about myself.
Right.
Man, I got to bust some books open to read. It's been been a while since I've had the energy to come home after work and read up on some new stuff, man. I kind of miss it.
Yeah.
Reading and things.
Self-teaching, man. Do it up. It's fun.
But every night I come home and I'm just exhausted.
Or just watch technical videos, other people working and doing stuff.
Right.
That is like, that's easier to do than reading when you're tired. For me, anyway.
It is. And it helps you go to sleep if it's actually going in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll put on one of Chris Stefanich's videos and I'll fall asleep to his soothing voice.
Well, that, and he always has like the sound of like machinery in the background, like the coolers or whatever. It's like, so it's a nice white noise, you know.
How about Clive's voice? Clive's voice is pretty soothing, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
apparently
that's true too.
Jeez, you guys are missing it. Damn.
I think Clive, you could probably do I think Clive and Bill, you guys should audition to do.
You do like audiobooks.
Yeah, audiobooks, both of you guys.
Yeah, we'll like read Old Man in the Sea. Charlotte's Web.
People do say the only reason they watch my channel is to go to sleep, and some people got in touch in the past and said that even if their kids, if it's crying, if it's not going to sleep, they'll simply put one of my videos on in the room next to the kid and it goes out like a light.
Wow.
If it works for them, it's fine.
Yeah. All those clicks pay the same. You know what I mean?
I was going to say before we have to end the stream that I put Luxairs today, by the way. Luxairs.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was supposed to read Harry Potter. I forgot about that.
Harry Potter?
Yeah, you know what that is, Joe?
God, you're like my helper, dude.
Harry Potter?
No, I don't watch.
You don't know Harry Potter?
I don't want to know. I know him. But
this is why you have a problem with your apprentice. You guys.
I know. I can't relate, right?
You can't relate.
Oh my
God! You're going to have to put a pointy purple hat on. That doesn't sound right, does it? You're going to have to put a pointy hat on when you read the Harry Potter, just so you get the proper wizard look.
That's right.
Oh, do you play those cards too, there, Bill? What are those cards? Those wizardry cards? You know,
like
wizardry.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Yeah. Dungeons. Oh man.
What's that other card game they use? It's
I'm just thinking of South Park episode they had that they're mocking him. It was just fun. It was hilarious. But nothing wrong with that, I guess, Harry Potter, if that's what you like. But
so you guys working tomorrow?
Yep.
What are you working on?
Another change out. I'm tired. I put in a long week and still going, you know.
What are you putting in?
Just a coil and a 16 SEER condenser. Joe's mic works like about the same amount of time he does.
So I don't even pay attention anymore, honestly. I'm just glad we can hear him and he's not sideways.
Yeah. No, you know, I was saying those 13, I put these two 13 SEER Luxairs today, and to be honest, they're quiet. They're pretty quiet. Piston, they're not bad.
Hey, Cyborg Sheep has a question for Clive. For BLDC motors, how should a controller determine the amount of current to supply the phases with?
BLDC motor?
I don't know. What is a BLDC motor?
I'm not sure.
It's like BL, like a DC voltage motor, BLDC?
BLDC motor controller. Oh, little pancake motors. Hold on, I'm just looking up this now.
Hey, Adam, Herman Lloyd says stop complaining.
Brushless DC electric motor.
Oh.
What was the question? How should he control them?
How should a controller determine the amount of current to supply the phases with?
Quite often they'll actually have the current sensing built in. They use a resistor in series with the phase and they actually measure the current across it.
This is why I like you so much, Clive, because you're like, what the hell's a BLDC motor? And like 3 seconds later, he's like, so what they do is they put this resistor inside.
But what's even funnier is he could look it up. He just looks it up just to give him a little. If
you just said brushless DC motor, I would have known that it's the ones where they actually create the rotation as like a stepper motor. Like the best example of that must be your computer fan is one of those little brushless DC motors.
Cool.
But it uses a Hall effect sensor inside that to actually trigger the windings in the correct sequence.
Oh yeah, Carrier uses that on some of their inducer motors. They'll have a Hall effect sensor on there to prove that the motor is going around, like a like air proving switch, I guess.
Yeah, That's also why you get the feedback from the fan motor to give it an indication of the speed and also tell you if it's stalled and shut things down if it's not running.
So it'll use a Hall effect sensor, and that Hall effect sensor like tells the controller how fast it's going, and then it'll adjust its speed from there. Then, right?
I would guess actually, in say for the instance of the computer fan, it's using the Hall effect sensor not just for controlling the rotation, but also sending that feedback pulse back. So it'll just use one for the whole lot. But it depends on the type of motor. For a more specialist motor, there might be some other tacho feedback or something, or like just one pulse per revolution magnetic feedback or something, but it'll be completely separate. It won't be part of the main circuitry.
I got you.
Kelly Kyler has another question that I heard the answer to once, but I forgot it. I think it was on, I think Brian Orr answered this, how to figure this out. Maybe you know, Clive. If a compressor doesn't have a data plate, how do you size the capacitor?
Ooh.
I know.
You can usually do it by the power rating of a motor, can't you?
I would assume you can, go back to the manufacturer, get a compressor number, or I guess we'll just assume all the data tags are gone, and there's no way to get a hold of the factory, and the current capacitor is gone.
Maybe I'm just lucky, but I've never really come across a situation that a motor has been missing its original capacitor. Sometimes it's one of those horrible aluminium cans and it's all corroded, but you can usually still read the value of it.
Yeah, but the problem is by us, there's so many people that just throw capacitors on. And if it's not the original capacitor, you just change like for like. What if it's not the correct size capacitor?
Yeah, what if instead of a 5, they put a 7.5 on there? And
I suppose the answer there is to go online and look the particular compressor up. If you know the model number of the compressor, look it up. Look up its official manufacturer's data sheet and see what it suggests for that.
Yeah, what you do, like it's even Copeland Mobile, they'll tell you a lot of that shit if you get that. Yeah.
I mean, the capacitor winding is really just for the direction as such. I suppose it will operate over a wide voltage range, but it'll be most efficient if the correct value is used.
Or do like Laska says, just throw a hard start.
See, I would kind of keep it a little bit simpler. I would look around on the roof. I'm assuming it's a rooftop unit, we'll say. And I'd go see if maybe the one next to it is the exact same unit and look in there, take a peek. I would do whatever I can to get the information from the factory is what I would do.
This is what I heard. Yeah, exactly, Bill. Even Lost says it, F8X, I believe. Starting amps and dial in with a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, like inrush amps.
Yeah.
So probably the most efficient way to do that would be to use a turbo and just switch the jumper around.
Yeah, right. Different. Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
I have to say, a while ago, Bill featured a universal capacitor with all the different values in the one capacitor. I thought that was quite neat. I've not seen that here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Maybe
those things.
Maybe I've just led a sheltered life or something like that, but I've not actually seen that particular style. I've seen
turbo.
Some with multiple capacitor values, but not specifically a universal one-fits-all capacitor.
Ever used isobutane as a refrigerant for Friggies?
Fergies?
Friggies? No, I've never used butane yet. I know it exists, and it's along the same lines as propane, where it's so far it's and there's a lot of restrictions on it, how much you can use.
Gotcha. Al Anonymous says 2 current clamps on a scope and check the 90-degree phase angle.
Huh.
Oh, see, that's not something you're going to have really. No. That'd be nice at a bench, but it's not really, what you're going to have.
Again, I'd be taking pictures of the unit. I'd be sending it to Train, taking pictures of the compressor, or assuming it's a Train or whatever, whatever manufacturer it looks like it's from.
But I don't know if Clive knows this or the non-HVAC, let's say per se, guys know this, but like even Kelly said it. It is a good idea, actually, Adam. What you said, that turbo booster. Why don't you explain what a turbo, whatever?
That's exactly what Clive was just talking about. So like universal capacitor. Okay. So you have jumpers and you could just add the capacitors together.
Yes, gotcha. Okay, I didn't think they had them down there.
Down there,
pretty cool. Up there, down there, east, west, wherever.
They don't have globes in Canada. Why is everyone so scared of R290?
I don't know. The guy from last week, he's got like 27 pounds of it pumping through his house.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What'd you say to him when he was up there? Don't have a cigarette or something? What'd you say? It was funny.
Oh, I told him to wear a bomb suit while he's working on it. I don't know. It's really not that scary because you look at it like in its purest form in a refrigerant. They say it's, I mean, you have to get a proper enough leak and have all the right circumstances for it to actually become combustible in the first place. I mean, it can happen, obviously, but I don't know.
It takes the correct ratio of air to gas. I mean, that's propane, isn't it?
Yeah.
The R290. Yep. So it does require the
exactly.
exact ratio because it's not going to burn that well.
No.
The pure gas, if you stuck a spark plug into the side of the bottle of gas, it wouldn't ignite it. It has to be out there. It has to be in the correct ratio to actually ignite properly.
Like when I'm brazing in compressors and R290 systems and we have to cut the service ports off and braze them shut, like sometimes my pinching tool doesn't clamp down all the way and I hit it with a torch and you get like a little flame coming out. I mean, and granted, I only got a couple ounces of R290 in there, but it's not
going to go inside. It's the same as, like, say, for instance, it's the same as aerosol cans. The flame's not going to go back into the can.
Yes.
Oh.
True.
So it can't go into the can because there's no oxygen in the can.
What is that, hairspray?
Good point, Clive.
Hairspray?
This is a dry shampoo.
Oh, dry shampoo. We talked about that before. Shampoo, yeah. I was fascinated by the idea of a dry shampoo.
It goes on white, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I want to give me some dry shampoo.
I'm going to get some of that for my son. He doesn't like taking showers.
The best thing of this is that it is based on rice flour, apparently. Really fine.
Sprayed in your helper's eyes? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So it burns very well. It creates a massive fuel explosion.
Yeah.
How is dry shampoo supposed to do anything?
I think it bonds onto the oils. It absorbs the oils, and then you dust it out afterwards, and it comes out with the oils. Makes a huge mess.
Yeah, I guess that could make sense. So
it's used a lot with people in care homes and things like that, where they can't really wash their hair in the bed.
Oh yeah. See, I just get a rag and a stick and wash myself.
Rag and a stick. Rich was saying Diversitech made one. They just set the dials on the bottom for the capacitor rating for the fan and compressor. They recalled them because they exploded.
Oh,
I've never seen that.
We like explosions, particularly when they're caught in video.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is why when you're going to do something dangerous, you must always set the camera up just in case.
Makes for good YouTube.
It does.
Let's see what's going on, Groove Jet. Let's see what he's saying. Hi guys, Linus Tech taps to material.
For us.
Yeah. It would be nice if the people listening to the podcast could hear what.
You know what? You could read that one.
I don't know what he's talking about. He was quoting text about Windows OS for 10 minutes. Maybe that's your apprentice, Joe.
No. Maybe in disguise. No, it's not.
Like a waterless hand cleaner, Megavoltmeister says.
Thank you, Waylon. Thank you.
Yeah, by the way, the Refrigeration Technologies hand sanitizer is awesome.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
It smells nice. It leaves your hands nice. It's nice.
I use it once in a while. I don't wash my hands very often.
You're not the first one to
throw that out there. I don't need to.
Chris was saying it's good too.
The hand sanitizer is probably just R290 refrigerant you're washing your hands.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think so too.
It's the tears of small children.
Yeah. I think John Pastorello just takes what he has around refrigerant oil-wise, and he's kind of like
all the leftover stuff.
Yeah, he's like Taco Bell. Everything has the same 3 ingredients. Just puts it on a different plate.
Different ratios.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that controversy about some of those air conditioning units, that there was a group class action against the ozone generators, the sort of things. A company in the UK has just been forced to take their advert down, and they're backtracking because Fair Trading over here actually forced them to take it down because of the false claims and the fact that a unit that looks as though it should probably cost about £30 from China was being sold for £500 because they were price gouging the pandemic.
Oh yeah, of course they were.
But those little modules with the bristles, the carbon fiber emitters on them, they've been installing them in lifts, elevators.
Oh.
There's been companies been going around and they've been, in some instances, turning the fans over so that they're running in the opposite direction. So it's because some of them pull the air out the cabs and some push it in. But they've been going around fitting these in all the elevators to keep them hygienic and avoid viral transfer.
Never seen them down here yet.
So that little tiny antenna, like the ones we have here, are the what are those called? Do you remember that we had them on the show? What is it? Yeah, the iWaves. Yeah, or the iOS. That little tiny antenna. You know, I really just don't think it's putting out enough to do anything.
Well, those when was it Chris who actually put the anemometer between the two of them, because one was charged at a high positive and one was charged at high negative. And certainly this is like virtually no power. If I hold this up, you may actually hear it actually blowing against the microphone.
Yeah.
Can you hear the air blowing against it?
Yeah.
It doesn't take much. That is just basically charged air moving across. And because there's a high potential difference between the two of them, if you were to look with your camera at those little bristles in the dark, in fact, you might even see it in the dark, you'd see wee purple glow on the end of the bristles. But if you've got a good modern camera in your phone, if you look at them in the dark, it will easily see what you can't see, and it will see the purple glow moving about in those bristles. That's the bit that really matters anyway, because it's creating a little trace quantity of ozone.
Oh, I know. All I remember is Chris touching it, and then turn the lights down real low, and we could see the little tiny spark from the antenna to his finger.
Yeah, there was a sticker that comes on it, I believe. This is "Do not touch high voltage." And then the first thing that Chris did was, "I'm going to try touching it."
It's high voltage, but all it's going to give you, it's like they might as well put that sticker on nylon carpet because it's the same sort of level. It's just an electrostatic discharge. Keep in mind that the voltage going into those things is usually about, is it 12 volts, 24 volts?
They have different. I think the iWave is multi-voltage.
Yeah, it can be 12 or 24 to 240.
Yeah.
So they had the higher voltage, but it was a switchboard power supply. It converted it down to 12 volts, I'm pretty sure, inside it.
Interesting.
The module itself probably just operates at 12 volts and then bumps the voltage up, but it's really low current. So you could get a wee fizzle or tingle off it, but it's not going to throw you into the air like a rag doll.
Oh yeah, it's not going to blow up.
I built my own ozone generator and it shocked me. Okay, cool.
That's why you don't build your own.
Yeah.
Same reason I don't build my own toaster.
Anyway, yeah.
Buy one.
You can get the modules dead easy online for ozone. Not that you necessarily want to fill your house with ozone, because if you can smell it, there's too much.
Oh, yeah.
But it is essential.
Just like me.
I'll stop. I won't go into the ozone discussion because I'll just talk all the time about ozone these days, particularly given the pandemic.
I know, right?
Yeah, out of all the things that's come out of this, like air quality is so huge because of it. It's on everybody's radar. Everybody's trying to make money on it, educate themselves on it, find a way to make it better, deal with it, and it's kind of neat to watch.
Hyping it up. But the Japanese have been doing a lot of research, and they didn't even know they've been doing the research, but it's a big, huge thing in Japan. I think this is a Japanese product, but it's just bulk made in China. The quality. I took this apart tonight in a video. And it has something like 15 screws. It was just like so many screws and so many bits of plastic holding it together, just all interlocked. It wasn't like a modern generic, 2 shells and that's it plastic thing.
You say Korean or Japanese?
Japanese. You said Japanese like 20
Japanese
times.
are clever little mofos.
Why are you gonna be mofos, Joe?
Yeah.
They're just clever. Mofos.
They're stylish.
Yeah.
But it depends what you mean by clever. If you mean like liking small Japanese school children's soured panties.
I like their big round pointy hats that they wear.
They're just, I don't know. It seems like their technology is always advanced. They're always trying to
their
advance
wooden
it.
sandals.
Oh, you say the technology is advanced, but what you don't see, it's like they go overkill with their technology. Their toilets can like
They do.
tampons up you and things like that. They can do the whole lot.
Oh, man, I never thought about that.
Why'd you not want that?
But the people, because you're a man and you don't want a tampon stuffed up you.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Well, maybe you do,
I went in the
actually.
wrong bathroom.
Maybe you do actually.
Let's see how many I can get in this time and just keep pressing the button. But anyway,
That's a new TikTok challenge right there. You heard it here first.
Sorry, Clive, that's true.
How many
what you
tampons
don't
can you
see
shove in your
about
butt?
Japan What you don't see about Japan is that the guys maintaining this stuff are pretty low wage and not super technically competent. So it's like it all looks amazing with all this high tech stuff, but a lot of the work being done maintaining it isn't quite as high tech.
Gotcha.
I wonder what the mortality rate of technicians is over there.
Ah, really?
Really?
There's big turnover?
Well, I think they turn over because a lot of them jump out of buildings and kill themselves.
I thought that was in China.
Or sit in the toilet and the tampon machine malfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get about 17 deep and they just explode.
Yeah. It's like 50 per second or something like that. It's like
It looks like a pillow blew up in there.
sounds like a machine gun in the toilet.
Tampon overload.
You destroyed our tampon inserting machine.
You're paying for those tampons, you bastard.
That would have been a good place to press the button right there.
Yeah, but you're just in another world.
Another world.
Groove Jet, that's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, forget it. I won't try to explain that. But yeah,
I got glue on my hands.
All right.
Nice.
It's easy done.
Yeah, good job, Groove Jet.
Is it off Armaflex?
No.
Oh my God. When we talk about
Armaflex. You got another story with your apprentice?
No.
Did he get his finger stuck in Armaflex like it was a Chinese finger trap?
No, absolutely not.
At Hussman, when the electricians were quiet and we'd done our stuff, if the refrigeration engineers were still putting Armaflex on stuff like that, we'd go and help them with the Armaflex.
Mm-hmm.
So here, let me tell you something you got to do with your apprentice, Joe. All right.
Go ahead.
Hold up a piece of Armaflex and tell him to
Yeah.
smell inside of it, and then when he's smelling it, blow through the other side.
You saying I have bad breath?
Oh, you get? They put baby powder inside.
Oh, that white the powder.
Uh,
I'll talk about that another time.
Tell him to hold it up to his ear and ask him if he can hear the ocean. And when he puts it up to his ear, whisper in there, "I love you."
That's just weird, but it'd be quite good.
Yeah, right.
Do it, Joe.
I think I'm gonna go along the lines with put it to his ear and fart in the other side. How about that?
How are you gonna get in that position before he notices something weird's going on?
I think Joe's in that position most of the day. By
That's
the way,
true.
I'm always on my knees doing shit.
Well, hey, if I had a nickel,
Keep
every
it
time I
clean,
had to
Joe.
come out
Keep
of
it
your
clean
mouth.
here. This is a syndicated program.
Jeez.
All
Okay,
right.
we got a lot of high-paying sponsors that.
Yeah.
We don't have sponsors.
Well, I think we should say goodbye because Joe's really tired and
Ranting. 6 more episodes, guys. Episode 100.
Episode 100, man. It's going to be epic. I think it's going to be great.
Hopefully Clive would drop by that episode.
We got
Are you doing anything special for the 100th episode? What's happening then?
Well, we may or may not have T-shirts to give out.
What?
So, tell all your friends.
Yeah.
Show up. We may or may not be giving out a bunch of T-shirts, Adam.
And you may
Wink,
give them
wink.
out, and you might even post them.
We might even
Yes.
send them.
Yeah,
Or at least we'll send a picture of it.
yeah, that will be guaranteed.
And there'll be limited
It's
series.
summer here now. I should be wearing my HVAC t-shirt. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I'll have
it's
to wear it.
100
100
episode.
degrees outside, and Clive's still wearing his sweatshirts.
It's
Oh.
yeah.
He lives in the North Pole, too.
Keep in mind it is 3 a.m. in the morning right here,
True.
so it's not that bad.
That's a good point. I tend to forget that Clive's in a completely different time zone than us.
We
Not
woke him
just an
up.
hour. He's 15 hours difference than us.
He was sleeping. I sent him a message. He had to get up and get dressed. And
He's like, "Oh, I guess you dipshits. I'll be there in a
I was
second."
dressed in inappropriate clothing. I had to get all the gimp suit off before coming here.
Imagine that, eh?
I bet your legs are probably still cramped from being inside that trunk.
all right,
That's a
guys.
Pulp Fiction reference.
Say goodbye, Joe.
Toodles.